Have you ever walked through your front door, and instead of feeling relief, you felt this quiet tension settle right into your chest? Like no matter how beautiful your space is, something just doesn't feel quite right, and you can't put your finger on why? We've all been there. And today, I want to talk about something that most wellness conversations completely overlook: emotional safety at home. Not home security, not safety locks. We're talking about the kind of safety that finally lets your nervous system exhale. Let's get started. So, what exactly do we mean when we talk about emotional safety? Emotional safety is that felt sense, that quiet, deep knowing that we are allowed to be ourselves, that our feelings won't be dismissed, that our home is a place where we can rest, not perform. Now, here's what might surprise you. Emotional safety isn't just a psychological concept. It lives in our bodies. When we feel emotionally safe, our nervous system shifts out of that constant low-level alert mode and into what researchers call the rest and digest state. That's when healing happens. That's when we sleep better, think more clearly, and feel more like ourselves. And here's something we don't talk about enough. After 50, this becomes even more critical. Why? Because our bodies are going through real hormonal shifts. Estrogen levels affect how we process emotional stress. Our nervous systems become more sensitive, not less. What we could push through at 35. It hits differently now. Simple, right? When our home supports our emotional safety, everything, our health, our relationships, our sleep, gets better. So let's look at what gets in the way. Before we can build something, we have to understand what's missing. And I want us to be really gentle with ourselves here, because most of us were never taught what emotional safety even looks like. Here are some signs worth paying attention to. First, do we ever feel like we can't fully relax at home? Like there's always something to do, something to fix, something to manage? That low-level tension that never quite turns off. That's our nervous system signaling that it doesn't feel safe to rest. Next, do we find ourselves walking on eggshells around someone in our household? Maybe a partner, an adult child, even a roommate? When we shrink ourselves, when we edit our words, hide our feelings, or brace for reactions, we are not in an emotionally safe environment. After that, notice, do we feel judged when we express an emotion at home? Sadness, frustration, even joy. Does it feel risky to simply show up as we truly are? And finally, does our home actually feel like our space? Or does it feel like we're always accommodating everyone else? Now here's what I want us to hear. None of this makes anyone a bad person. Emotional safety is something we create, together, intentionally. And that's exactly what we're going to start doing today. Here's something that changed everything, and I think it will for us too. Our nervous system doesn't know the difference between a tiger in the woods and an emotionally tense dinner table. It responds to both the same way. It floods our body with cortisol, tightens our muscles, speeds up our heart rate, and gets us ready to fight, flee, or freeze. This is why emotional safety isn't just about feeling good. It is health. Chronic emotional stress at home, even quiet, nothing dramatic happened stress, keeps our nervous system in that elevated state. Over time, that affects our immune system, our sleep quality, our digestion, our hormonal balance. For women over 55, this is especially important. Research consistently shows that our emotional environment directly impacts inflammation, cardiovascular health, and even cognitive function. But here's the beautiful part, and I really want us to sit with this. Our nervous system is incredibly responsive. When we create even small pockets of emotional safety, our bodies notice. Immediately, we don't have to overhaul our entire lives. We start with small, intentional changes, and we build from there. Now, let's get practical, because this is where we roll up our sleeves. Our physical environment sends constant signals to our nervous system,
And we can use that.
Start with what we call a regulation anchor. This is one small corner, chair, or space in your home that is completely yours. Not a task space, not a family space, yours. A reading chair by a window, a spot in the garden, even a particular end of the couch with a soft blanket. When our brain knows there is a place we go to be restored, and we use it consistently, it begins to associate that space with safety. Next, take a look at our sensory environment. Our sense of smell is directly connected to the limbic system, the emotional brain. A candle, a diffuser with lavender or bergamot, fresh air from an open window. These aren't luxuries. They are nervous system signals. They say, "You're safe here." Sound matters, too. Is our home filled with screens blaring? Background noise from the news? We often don't realize how much ambient sound keeps us in low-level stress. Even 15 minutes of quiet each day makes a difference. Or soft music. Or nature sounds. Notice how your body responds. And light. Natural light is a powerful regulator of our mood and our circadian rhythm. Open those blinds in the morning. Step outside, even briefly. Let your body know it's a new day. Now here is the layer many of us find most tender. Because our home isn't just a space, it's made of relationships. And relationships are where emotional safety is most deeply felt and most easily broken. What does emotional safety in a relationship actually feel like? It feels like I can say what I'm feeling and not be punished for it. My needs are taken seriously. I am not alone in this. Now, we can't always control how others behave, but we can influence the emotional climate. First, start with ourselves. Practice what we might call emotional transparency. Instead of, "I'm fine" when we're not, try, "I'm feeling a little overwhelmed today, and I just need some quiet time." When we model what emotional safety looks like, that invitation changes the climate in our home over time. Second, create protected connection time. Not problem-solving time. Connection time. A 10-minute cup of tea with a partner. A phone call to a daughter. A quiet check-in. Regular, low-stakes connection builds the relational trust that is the foundation of emotional safety. And third, practice what I call the repair ritual. When something ruptures, and it will, because we are human, repair it gently and soon. A simple "I'm sorry, I wasn't at my best earlier" does more for emotional safety than any long conversation.
Simple, right? Not always easy.
But always worth it. Now, let's talk about the daily practices that anchor all of this. Because emotional safety isn't built in one big moment. It's built in the quiet, repeated, intentional choices we make every single day. In the morning, give ourselves 5 minutes before the world claims us. 5 minutes before the phone, before the news, before the to-do list. Sit in your regulation anchor space. Breathe. This is your body learning. Today begins in safety. During the day, check in with yourself. Not obsessively, but gently. How am I feeling right now? What do I need? We were taught to check in on everyone else. It's time we extend that same care to ourselves. In the evening, create a wind-down boundary. A simple signal to your nervous system that the doing is done. Maybe it's chamomile tea. Maybe it's 5 minutes of gentle stretching. Maybe it's simply turning off screens 30 minutes before bed. Consistency is what makes it work. And anytime, give yourself permission to say, "This doesn't feel right and I need something different." That is not weakness. That is emotional intelligence. That is you finally treating yourself the way you deserve to be treated. Here's what I want us to remember as we close today. Emotional safety at home isn't a luxury. It isn't something we earn by being perfect or by having the right space or the right relationships. It is something we build, one choice, one breath, one gentle boundary at a time. And we are so worth that work.
Start with one thing this week.
Just one. Your regulation anchor. Your morning 5 minutes. One honest sentence with someone you love. Let your home become the place your whole self can rest. I'd love to know which of these ideas spoke to you most. Leave us a comment below, and let's keep this conversation going. And if this felt like something a friend needed to hear today, please share it. We're building this together. Until next time, take care of yourself. You deserve to feel safe, especially in your own home.